So I just had like 4 espressos, so I might be talking kind of fast. Boom, look at these guys. These are, oh. Yeah, boss.
We're starting here, starting right now. 1, 2, 3. We breathe it in. We feel our hearts, they're pounding, rising up to feel the fire dance wild through our veins. We take a chance and know we'll never be the same. Giving it all we got, giving it all. Giving it all we got. Oh, climbing up to the top of the world. No fear, we're gonna make it. Everything we want is ours. Whoa.
Hey guys, how you doing? Craig here. Another glorious stormy day on the Thai farm. And I think it is gonna be a good one. Actually, I sent my drone up and did a 360 of the storm front. Check it out. Yeah, that was cool. What I did do though, before the rains came, was, you remember my pump that I fixed? I did splice the wire, get all the way through there. And now I have that pipe going into the bigger pond that's gonna remain there. So I took it out of there. Anyway, all still works very good. Showed my wife and she's all, oh good, can you put the sprinklers on the lawn now? Yeah, and it's raining. I can see it's gonna be coming, man. When I was just driving home just now from Macro up there, the Price Costco of Thailand, and we have a hill over there, like a mountain, and massive black cloud was on the top of that mountain going up to the storm front. It seriously looked like a volcanic eruption. Just way cool. I wish I would have my drone then. That's what gave me the idea. I should drone when I get home. Yeah. And that pond is looking good. I did also finish, I think I shared in a previous video, my idea of making another bamboo bench. Yeah, buddy. Nice little place to sit and watch the view. Is that awesome or what? Awesome. Let me check my water level. Whoa, that thing is full to the brim. That's what I like to see. Oh. I can hear the pitter patter of the rain getting a little harder. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool. Got a few things done. My oven, my pizza oven door, that's what also I got done. I do also have I have these 5 pieces of wood that are all going to get wet now. I laid them out because it was hot and sunny this morning, man. The sun had come out, it was blazing. But anyway, so, oh, let me put my door in here. I'll show you. All right, you want to see my door? For those of you pizza lovers. Okay, you ready? There you go, bro. Wow, wow, wow. That is my pizza door. So it's not sealed, like, you know, it's not gonna be sealed tight, but it works, man. This is actually, this was pieced together, pieces of broken wood. There's actually one piece of wood that was all broken up, and then I put it together and tried to glue it with some sawdust stuff. That doesn't matter really. I cross hatched it this way. This is actually an old axe handle, a new one, but it had gotten split at the top on the sledgehammer, so I cut it off. I use it for this now, and boom, that's all I do. Here's the backside. What I did was I took a I'm gonna set it up over here. It's kind of heavy, but that's all right. So I took a piece of flat bar, what do you call that, tube steel, and I put that in there just above there. These screws are on the bricks, so they don't really get exposed to any kind of direct flame or anything like this. I was going to cook this thing, right? I was going to take that piece of metal, if you saw the earlier video, and I was just going to throw this whole thing in the fire and let it cook and cook and cook. But I thought for a minute and thought, you know what? I bet you that thing cooks and gets all warped and stuff, and I can't do it because it's thin. So what I thought I'd do is I put it in here, and actually with this metal bar, I used the metal, you know, the metal tap screws to put through there. And what I did was I made the bar higher, because right here to here it's wider, and so I go in where it's like wider, and then I let it drop and it pinches. There you go, and it pinches in there, and boom. So yeah, man, I think that'll work. Yeah. And so what I thought I'd do also is, in an effort to see how that goes, I'm going to put this over here out of the rain before I cure it. Whoa, there are bugs over there. Here comes the rain, man. But yeah, so with the door, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a big old fire going in there. I'm going to get a big old fire. I'm gonna heat it up to about 550. Make sure it doesn't blow up my pizza oven, but I'm gonna put a big old fire in there, and then I'm gonna put that door back on there and just let her cook, man. Let it cook to see what happens. If the door blows up or whatever, then that's what happens, but I don't think it will. But remember though, the door isn't designed to stay on there for like the whole cooking. It's not an oven door with respect to, you know, bacon stuff. Although if it holds up, I suppose I could make a bacon in there. But yeah, so the idea is that it just kind of goes on towards the end of, you know, whatever I'm cooking, my pizza, and then you know, for a few minutes and take it off so the door doesn't get a lot of exposure. But I do want the initial time before I cook anything to be a lot of exposure, because I want to see if that metal in there cooks. What I did do, I don't know if you noticed, and maybe it shows it in the video, on the bottom underneath that bar, it's discolored, because I took the torch, like the cooking torch, and I torched that metal to see how it respond to heat, and so it discolored under that heat. But I didn't know if it was just discoloring the, you know, the coating or whatever. So, and I didn't try to scrape it off after that. So I figured, you know what, I don't need, all my wood's wet. I can't really build a big old bonfire. But I could wind up, matter of fact, speaking of wet wood, I'm gonna pick this wood up. I could build a fire in the oven. Whoa, bunch of gnats, man. Rain gnats. I'll put it over here so it don't get waterlogged. It's real good. This is teak, so it handles the water real good. But because they are thin, long planks, once it, you know, in the process of drying, it might very well you know, teeter just a little bit or twist a little bit, bow maybe. And I don't want it to do that. I need it to be flat. So I'll put it up under here, lean it up against my house. It'll still lean it. If I leave it under here or leave it up against here for too long, you'll get that bowing also. Anyway, yeah, man, I'm happy with the way the door came out. I'm happy with the way I got my pipe sorted out. That works. And tonight, even though it's going to be pouring rain or whatever, we'll be indoors because going to the Carabao concert. That's right. Thailand's most famous folk band. And yeah, man, it's kind of like all the rock stars we knew when we were young, and they're still playing. Well, that's with these guys. I think the lead singer, this guitar player, he's older than me, man. Gotta be older than me. I think he's 68 or something. Not that much older than me, but he's still out there jamming. I could have sworn I saw him last year, and I thought that they mentioned, you know, that was it. After they left here, they would go back to their favorite place in Khao Yai and do one more big old concert and then retire. And I think it was even promoted as such. But they really do love Krung Peng Pit because, you know, we're all about the farm community, the core of the fan base for Carabao and bands like it. So that's why when you go around in town here at night, the half a dozen or so places or dozen or so places that have live bands, they're all kind of a Carabao band. And they make the circuit, you know. They play from, one band plays 8 to 10 at this club, and 10 to 12 at that club, 12 to 2 at that club, and the other ones come back to the other club. And so it's kind of like each location has music all night long, but it may be several bands. Pretty cool, huh? From solo to, like, you know, 5-piece or whatever. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to show you. So I think I talked about it in a previous video. So I bought these paddle wheels because I want to make an aerator for my pond, and then on Lazada, all of a sudden I saw the refund in my wallet, and I was like, what? Like they weren't available or something like that. But if you click on the details and all that stuff, it shows you why. And it had said, oh, price was wrong. And I thought, I knew it. I thought they were wrong because they look like heavy duty, you know, plastic, heavy duty cast plastic, because it's got to, right, it's got to go in the water, it's got to have resistance. And they were only like 200 baht, so that's like whatever, $7 or something, $6. And I thought that's cheap, so I bought them, and then it kicked back like that. Anyway, so I messaged them and said, yeah, hey, well, what's the real price? Because, you know, I want them, and, you know, that's the wheel I was looking for. And then they messaged back and said, oh, it's the same price, you can order again. What? So I just ordered them again, and boom, here they are. Boom, look at these guys. These are pretty beefy, man. These are steel bolts, and that's a pretty good axle hole. And again, they are hard, flexible. I mean, they're both hard and flexible, I should say. They're hard plastic, but they're you know, they're flexible enough that they won't snap. The key is now for me is I need to, you know, find an axle, get it through there that I can bolt these, hold it down. Metal pipe will probably be fine. But then what I'll probably do is I'll probably go maybe to the Sunday market this Sunday, see if I can find 2 sprockets that are the same, you know, same distance for the teeth, and just weld one sprocket to the middle of the pipe, And then you know, I'll have the other sprocket maybe on an axe, mounted, welded to the bar that goes inside the motor. So maybe, yeah, or maybe that's what I should do on Sunday. I should go look for the motor at the Sunday market. They have electricity, you can test them. Or if I was smart and I listen to Dave, what I do is I take those two paddle wheels and a motor and gears and maybe even a chain. I think I actually even have a big old chain in the back. I found it in the ground. I dug it up and soaked it in oil. It was all right. And bring it over to my metal fabricator and go, dude, make this work. And he'd be like, hey, I can do that. But I got to put it on some kind of flotation, right? So I got to buy some foam and pontoons or whatever. I showed them to my wife, of course. She was like, oh man, you can use the bicycle. Yeah, you probably could, but you'd have to make a pretty big flotation. And it'd have to be teeter proof. You know, I'd probably I'd weld the frame of the bike with an additional A-frame or something, and have some monster thing out there. Maybe when people come visit me at the farm, I just, hey, can you do me a favor? Go out there and do 20 minutes on the bike. But yeah, I'll probably just set it up, try and keep it as minimized impact of the visuals as possible, and then yeah, and then hook it up to actual electricity. My 450 watt solar panel, it can do a lot of stuff. It can do a refrigerator or microwave and TV and all them lights I have at night and all that stuff. I can do that, but it's not enough to push through for a major pump or major gear motor to, you know, paddle through that stuff. So I don't think I can do the solar setup like that with that one panel. Although they do have, you can buy like the whole setup, the whole solar panel setup for 20,000 baht or something on there. It gives you the solar panel and I think maybe the battery and all that stuff, and it makes it happen. So maybe I'll have to look at whatever pump they do, but I think that's at a lower level. These are some fairly robust paddle wheels. Yeah. Getting wet right there. So what else did I do today? I did, well, when I made that bench out there, I had taken the rest of the bamboo that got cut from last time I did that bench. Also, I used that bamboo, and I just split the rest of it. But and I don't know if you can see it in the picture. You probably can. But unlike the other one, this bamboo, the splits were thinner, so I wound up laying a layer down this way, and then I laid another layer that way before I nailed it all the way to the side slat teak pieces. So it's kind of like double strength a little bit. That's cool. I'd use my pull saw again to sharpen up the edges. But I was pretty rough with it. I broke a couple of teeth out on that pull saw. Dang it. Anyway. But yeah, it's been a productive day. We went out to Macro, you know, refill our stocks. But there's one of these little shops in the parking lot that sell coffee, and I like to sit down outside while my wife's in the store. I go in there and I just get an espresso, and I don't know how many of you are espresso connoisseurs, but Thailand does make me espresso. Just about everywhere I went, it makes pretty good espresso. But the thing with the espresso here is every time they make an espresso, it's like half a cup, literally. I don't think they understand that espresso is like a shot, because it's espresso, but it's super a half a cup. So I just had like 4 espressos, so I might be talking kind of fast. But I get that everywhere. And some places, if I've already had a couple cups of coffee, and then I go somewhere and I'm like, oh, should I get an espresso? I kind of have to either say no, or I can only drink you know, a few sips, or what is amounts to really 1 espresso, and then throw the rest away, because, you know, I don't want to have heart palpitations at my age. Yeah, dang it. What's that, 18 minutes, 20 minutes worth of video? Whoa. Well, I don't know where the torrential rain is. Maybe it's blowing to the right, or yeah, it might be going that way. When we came in, it was all over here, so it must have moved overhead and moving out that way, which is pretty cool. We're still gonna get rain though. It is rainy season, man. I just gotta watch it, make sure it doesn't overfill. Still, we only got a little bit of room left on the fish nets over here. I don't want to leave all the fish. My wife, they're all black now, so they're a little bigger. My wife wants to take them, maybe put them in there in the green pond, but I would prefer that they are a little bigger. I don't want them just getting picked at by every bird in there. Of course, they'll be hiding underneath there now. Of course, you couldn't see snakes though. Maybe we should put them in there. I don't know. Anyway, man, I'll see if I can, as soon as the rain's over and all that, I'll see if I can't make a video while I burn that new door on my pizza oven. See if it doesn't blow up. All right, man. Well, hey, hope you enjoyed those updates, and thanks for watching. And keep watching for more rainy weather here on the Tad Farm.